Welcome to Wealth Wisdom. If you have ambitions to achieve financial success, please leave yes in the comment, and we are here to help you obtain insight and build wealth. The book we are going to share today is My Philosophy for Successful Living by Jim Rohn. Your income is dependent on your philosophy. How often do you catch yourself daydreaming about a fatter wallet? In those daydreams, do you point fingers at external forces for your meager earnings? Maybe you keep on saying that taxes are gobbling up your paycheck, your stingy company isn't paying you enough, or the cost of living in your area is just ludicrous. But here's something to blow your mind: you're making less not because of your taxes, company, or city, you're making less because of your thinking. Your philosophy of living holds the power to determine your financial status. It's this philosophy that fuels your decisions and actions and ultimately brings about changes in your life. There are 4 philosophies of living that most people gravitate towards. The first is the philosophy of governmental intervention. As its name suggests, this philosophy involves asking your country's leaders to enact laws that provide higher compensation. The second is the philosophy of demand. Instead of the government, you depend on your company to give you a raise. The third is the philosophy of collective confrontation, where you and your fellow workers go on strike to demand a wage increase. And the fourth is the philosophy of performance and productivity. Here, you prioritize self-education and improvement, honing your expertise and gaining more skills. To get where you want to be finance-wise, you need to scrap the first 3 philosophies and adopt the 4th one. This means taking matters into your own hands rather than wasting your time and energy waiting for the government or your company to act. That's what the philosophy of performance and productivity is all about. But how exactly can it help you get rich? Before we continue, if you are interested in this topic, please consider subscribing and give us a thumb up. Let's continue. Improving yourself is key to achieving financial growth. Financial growth starts with personal growth. When you improve yourself, you set the stage for wealth to naturally follow suit. According to the philosophy of performance and productivity, formal education can only get you as far as landing a job. If you want to feast on financial success, then you should focus on self-education. Continuously improve yourself until you become a treasure trove of knowledge and skills, someone so valuable that people can't resist showering you with cash. That's how you can make the marketplace work in your favor. You see, people are more than willing to pay premium for things that add value to their lives, whether that's helping them get rid of a problem or making their lives more convenient. That's why the more value you bring to people, the more income you can expect to come your way. The best part is that it doesn't end there. When you focus on self-education, not only do you gain knowledge and skills, but you also gain new titles. You can become a manager, a supervisor, a leader, and perhaps even a business founder. And, of course, with new titles come better pay and bigger opportunities. Doors of possibilities will be swinging open for you left and right, and you can walk through them confident that a successful life lies on the other side. How to improve yourself? With all this talk about the importance of self-education, one question remains: how exactly do you improve yourself? Start by seeking out a mentor. They can help you break free from your excuse-based thinking and shift your mindset to the philosophy of performance and productivity. Remember that the pathway to fortune begins with your philosophy. Next, hone your skills. Master and refine the current crafts you have until you become an expert in them. By establishing yourself as an authority in your field, you increase your value. And you already know that value equates to money. But while mastering one skill does have its perks, it isn't an excuse to slack off on learning. Find the time to expand your skill set with fresh knowledge and abilities. When you have multiple skills under your belt, you're more likely to thrive and survive in a constantly evolving marketplace. Trends come and go, new technologies emerge, and demands change over time. Sooner or later, one or more of your skills will become obsolete, but with your diverse repertoire, you'll always have an ace up your sleeve. Improving yourself also involves preparing to become an empowering leader. A great leader understands the importance of rewarding the people working for them. When you recognize and celebrate your employees' efforts, they'll be more dedicated to the business, which, in turn, will yield more profit. It's a win-win for you and your team. In addition to leadership skills, being an effective communicator should also be on top of your list. It's not just about being able to express your needs and expectations eloquently, though. It's also about speaking more than one language. This offers you an edge over your monolingual peers and consequently increases your value, too. Don't forget that your self-improvement transformation won't be an overnight affair. Keep at it and remember that what you're doing is an investment in yourself. Keep in mind the foundational principles of acquiring wealth. When you're out in the real world, it's easy to get lost in the sea of information. You'll find financial gurus everywhere, feeding you a never-ending stream of advice and tips to get rich. That's why it's crucial to always keep in mind the foundational principles of acquiring wealth to prevent you from losing your way. One of those fundamentals is to embrace the belief that profits outweigh wages in terms of growing your finances. Unfortunately, relying on wages alone won't make you rich, but you don't need to give up your steady wage to rely on profits full-time. You can do both. Another must-remember fundamental is to practice caution when encountering new information about gaining wealth. There'll be people who'll tell you all about an attractive new way of making money. Don't fall into their trap. More often than not, they're just trying to trick you. If you're unsure whether or not to engage, first assess whether that person is someone who you'd want to associate yourself with. Ask yourself if their method is something you'd want to do. If not, it's best to steer clear. Lastly, make your health a priority. You can't expect to achieve great things if your body isn't up to the challenge. Bear in mind, your physical well-being is the foundation upon which you can build success. Optimize your philosophy of living. Even the best engines need fine-tuning every once in a while. The same is true for your philosophy of living. It needs a little tinkering now and then to match your lifestyle and goals and give you the best results. There are several ways to optimize your philosophy. First and foremost, look at both your own experiences and those of others. Experiences are teachers, offering valuable insights on how to navigate life's opportunities and pitfalls. Leverage these insights to improve yourself and better your understanding of the financial world. Optimizing your philosophy also calls for developing your attitude. In one way or another, your emotions will affect how you decide and take action. While you can never be completely free from the shackles of your emotions, simply acknowledging that they influence your direction can empower you to make more informed and rational choices. This can help you cultivate an attitude of self-awareness. Setting your goals right from the get-go can also play a part in fine-tuning your philosophy. Build a habit of writing your goals down and categorizing them for the present, near future, and distant future. If you don't know what to write yet, it helps to start with a prompt like, "What do I aspire for myself and my family?" By plotting your goals, you'll be more motivated to work toward them. Speaking of work, it's important to remember that taking action is part of the process. No goals can be achieved without you breaking a sweat, so be prepared to get your hands dirty. Evaluate your progress. Imagine running a 5-mile course without trackers or signs of any sort. You get to the 200-meter point before the finish line, but because you're already too tired and have no clue where you are, you quit right there and then. Now imagine a different scenario where you find markers telling you you're already there. Would you have given up then? That's exactly why it's crucial to regularly check your progress. Every once in a while, you need to pause and evaluate how far you've come from the starting point and how far you still have to go to reach the finish line. Not only does this energize you to push through, but it also allows you to see whether your strategies are working or not. But for your progress checks to be effective, you need to give yourself reasonable periods to accomplish certain milestones. After all, you can't eat a whole chicken in one bite. But that doesn't mean to say that it should take you 3 years to eat your chicken. Don't drag out the process intentionally just because there's no boss to check on you. Learn to build personal accountability and keep your milestones both attainable and challenging. A 6-step roadmap to an exceptional life. Just like countless others, you're probably yearning for a life that's far from the one you currently lead. But getting there isn't as easy as getting into bed and waking up to an entirely different reality. You need to work on it, too. To get you started, here are what Rohn calls his 6 steps to cultivate an exceptional life. Step 1. Channel your energy toward productivity. When you're productive, you're significantly happier, and that's because you feel a sense of fulfillment and meaning. So keep those productivity levels high. Step 2. Treasure your connections with others. Steer clear of the me mentality and surround yourself with friends who impact your life in positive ways. Step 3. Value your roots. It won't hurt to look back and appreciate the history and heritage of those who came before you. Step 4. Nurture your spiritual well-being. Spirituality and beliefs are the glue that holds communities together. It's essential to make time to explore and study these beliefs to keep you connected with society. Step 5. Establish a close-knit circle of trusted family and friends. These are the people who you run to when the going gets tough. They're your shoulders to cry on, and you can count on them to keep you inspired. And finally, Step 6. Take action and let God handle the rest. God can do all sorts of miraculous things in your life, but before He can do so, you need to initiate the change first. Take action by improving yourself, then allow God to take care of the rest. That's the end of today's sharing. If you like our content, please give us a thumb up and share it with your friends. See you next time.